Oh my God, we're here. Thank God. We were kind of wondering, Sweet Subversives.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you couldn't find us, I'm sorry. We just noticed that we aren't showing up in the search bar for Facebook at least. Who knows why? We may have made the internet gods mad in some way. Do we have to make some sort of offering? Do we have to sacrifice a virgin or something? Is this how we
Maybe.
found it? I'm game for whatever, as long as it's not like I'm not getting sacrificed, so I'm not a virgin. But yes, there you go. Dash those expectations. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Well, that's how you stay safe, right?
yeah, exactly. You don't get the COVIDs if you don't have sex with anything.
Just
Or
through like a piece of plexiglass.
I just wrap my whole body in latex and then I suffocate to death. But I'm not getting COVID.
That's right. You're safe.
Have you seen that? I think it was on the Airplane movie or one of them that they had the whole body
The
condom.
body condom.
I'm surprised somebody isn't wearing something like that in this world.
They probably are.
They got a little oxygen tube that comes up through the bottom so they can breathe.
I think you have to pay money in a dungeon for that.
Somebody's got it somewhere, I guarantee. If you think it's too ridiculous, somebody's got one.
Oh no, that's a thing.
That's
That's
always a
definitely a
thing.
thing.
They're like,
It's a thing.
I want to be totally wrapped up like a
To
swaddled
be in like
baby.
to be in a gimp suit and then you have an oxygen tube.
Oh, I would panic. I would just be like, oh my God, I'm going to suffocate. I can't even. Like, I just don't understand that. Oh, I see Mark Bendixson. Hello. Smoking makes you less susceptible. Silver lining. You win. I don't know. I don't know what you win, but you win something. You don't like get to go anywhere in this world, but at least you get to smoke. So there you go. I kind of wish it was stuff like that though, or like random shit that you really like eating donuts.
Right.
Shit. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm on board. I will do this.
A treatment.
I'm doing my glazed donut treatment, and people go, "Oh, you're very smart. Why is that one is?"
I think that's something else.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, oh, oh. What? Yes. So much. So anyway, we are glad that you made it today. If you had to search around, I'm very sorry, but we it looked like YouTube was working. It looked like our direct links are working on our home pages, but try as we might to get to Sweet Subversives. It's a little bit of a challenge, and might just be there's hiccups on the internet, but
Yep.
or they think we're dicks, and and they say, don't go there, they're dicks.
Yeah.
So yes. So it's been a very interesting week, a very fun week. We didn't have a show last week, so
yes.
people probably are wondering what the hell's up, right?
I'm sure they are. They're probably like, what the heck, people?
Well, I was here last week and you weren't. Yeah. So like there was a wedding this weekend and it was awesome.
Yes.
And,
it was awesome. It did. It turned out really well. It was good.
Really good. I loved it. Oh, he's explaining cream pie is not a pastry. Urban Dictionary is horrible. Don't look at Urban Dictionary.
Exactly.
I know. Every time I like, what does this innocuous thing mean that someone said? It must be just something cute. And then I'm like, no, it's not. I thought I was like worldly, but I am too innocent for many things. So the internet.
Yes.
Makes you want
to we were gone. So it was my son's wedding.
Yes.
And Heather came to his wedding too.
It was so fun.
It was in Colorado.
Beautiful.
It was. really smoky there, so you couldn't see the mountains, which was kind of a bummer. But um, everything turned out really beautiful. We had the groom's dinner at a park,
I like
and it was
that.
just casual. We
It-
put out picnic blankets and that kind of stuff,
yeah.
and had mead that I
Kara made
made.
a special mead, and
Yes,
which, by the way, that was one of my favorite thing to drink the whole weekend. I love that.
and we did drink it, Heather and
We
I.
did. I know. I was like, she had made the. Do you have the one of those bottles right there, like that you put them in? It's like the plastic ones. So
Because you can't have glass in the
in a
park,
park,
right?
right?
So I got a bunch of these sleeves, right?
It's perfect.
And they do. They hold a bottle of wine. And that's what they're made for, like to hold a bottle of wine. And so I decanted all the bottles that I had made because I made like 20 bottles and
Oh,
decanted them in here, and then we took it out there. And so we had this, and we had wine and beer and barbecue and gluten-free fried chicken, which was freaking amazing.
I ate a bunch of that.
Oh my God, I did too. I had 2 pieces of chicken.
It's so worth it. Oh,
And they even had gluten-free gravy for the mashed potatoes. So like that was really good. Um, and that was just a nice night. It was a little hot when we got out there because the sun was still pretty direct.
yeah. It's weird
Um,
in Colorado how hot it actually can get in the sun.
yeah.
So much closer to
Um,
it.
but it took about 45 minutes, and then the sun was behind the apartment buildings. And at that point it was like, oh, it feels great.
Perfect. I
This is a
love.
perfect evening. So yeah.
And your those sleeves of wine, I feel like those are the perfect adult juice box size, you know? And I was thinking about the design, like if you could get something like a little necklace that you could put on like to hook on the top, that way you can like carry it around and then you'll oh my
Uh-huh.
god. It was so great. So
Yeah. So
we had a
we
couple of those.
Yeah, we might have had a little bit at the groom's dinner. And
Yes.
then we decided to just go back to the hotel. The kids and them, they went out, like,
Yeah.
the wedding party and the kids.
They're in
But
their 20s. They can all like party like that and it's you know.
exactly, yeah. So we went back to the hotel in the back, and they have like a nice outdoor area you could sit. And so Heather and I killed like 1 3/4 more bottles of mead, which
Yes.
when you think about it, you're like, oh, well, I mean, like bottles of wine. But let me tell you, this shit gravitied out at 32 proof.
That's why I had a bit of a hangover the next day.
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't drink that much. I'm like, yeah, I did. It's like drinking hard alcohol,
yeah, it is.
but it
So
doesn't taste like it.
cheers. No, it doesn't. It tastes like you're having wine.
Yeah. And so we had a nice relaxing time sitting outside drinking mead. Oh, it was good. In Colorado, even with the smoky air, it wasn't like you're just like sitting with your face over a campfire. It was more like
No.
foggy, but it was
Yeah.
still beautiful.
Yeah. It looked like it was overcast where you couldn't see the mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
But
But we were kind of occupied, so I wasn't like just
yeah.
staring at the mountains the whole time going, God dang it. I want to see them mountains.
Yeah.
That sounds like a thing a guy said to me once. And I'm like, no, you pervert. No.
No.
These aren't for free. No. So yes, no, it's just beautiful. And I really like going out to Colorado. There's like so much to do. There's lots of food. Um,
Yeah.
it's kind of neat.
They're
And
all
I
great
like
food.
I use that light rail that they have from the
Yeah.
airport, and I got around.
And you had an adventure because you stayed at a youth hostel for the
I
first time.
did. It was, well, not for the first time ever, but the
Oh,
first time in Denver, because I had when I was in library school, I had some weekends where I would have a full weekend, and I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars every weekend to stay up in the Twin Cities for a class. So back in the day, it was over by the Minneapolis Institute of the Arts. There's a youth hostel that was terribly shitty back then, and it was only $25 a night. So you can't beat that price. Like, I don't think anywhere.
The one you
Although,
stayed at looked nice in
oh,
Denver.
the one in Denver was
That looks
swanky.
pretty nice.
It was really nice. And honestly, like when I had stayed in Minneapolis, there was a snoring girl. There was like, it was open. You didn't have any, like in Denver, they had like little curtains. It was
Yeah.
bunk
Yeah.
beds, but like it was almost like a train station kind of thing, where you could like have some privacy. You had a little light in there. You could charge your phone. I mean, it
From the
was,
photos, it reminded me of those Japanese micro sleeping
oh yeah, it's just
rooms,
like that. It was
right?
just like that.
That's
And
what that looked like to me.
they had little
It was
lockers in the
decorated
room.
cute.
It was super cute.
Yeah.
It had like in the main area when you came in, there was a great big glass ceiling, so it had nice light. You didn't feel like you're in a murder hall or anything. I mean, it
Yeah.
was beautiful. And there's a bar on the first floor where you could go and have drinks.
That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, you could just stay there. So, I had a
They
couple
look like
people.
cheap drinks.
It was. They had a $5 beer and a bump, so you can get
Yeah.
like a bar pour. I think it's like whiskey usually or something like
Yeah.
that, and like a beer. And they had nice beers on tap. They had a lot of Colorado beers that were yummy, and that place was hopping until 2 a.m.
Oh, I bet.
And so I would totally recommend if you're planning on going to a place like that and you like to sleep, get some face mask that covers up your eyes.
Earplugs.
Earplugs. I have like Kara and I both have these cloth headphones, and I like kind of listen to white noise all night, and totally. Oh, and I know, David, you're going to Denver.
Yeah.
It's called Hostel Fish, and it's right downtown, and almost all the hotels in that area are about $300 or more. Some of them are $700 a night. And this place was about $50 for one of the bunk bed rooms. And I think if you're lucky, they had one of the bigger rooms, like, like with a queen bed or a king bed was $200 a night, which is still really cheap for that area for a private room. But those book up really fast. So, I mean, you would have to probably get on.
If you want to look at pictures, Heather has them on like her personal wall on Facebook.
Yeah.
She posted a bunch of pictures of the bar and what her bed looked like and all that kind of stuff. And I was looking at it because Tracy and I were both like, listen, if it's sketchy and you need to dip out, like we have a fold out in our hotel room.
I thought about it, and you guys were staying at a really nice hotel. So I was like, maybe I will. But when I got in there, it was fine,
yeah, it looked cute.
It was really cute. I would not walk around that neighborhood by myself at night. I think I would definitely at least go pair up with people so that way you're not getting mugged.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, when I went to the wedding and back to the hostel, I took an Uber right to the door.
Yeah.
So I wasn't walking around by myself at night. I just say, just do smart things wherever you go. Like, even if you're in a fancy neighborhood, you don't need to get murdered. Like if you're on vacation, it's just not cool. Yes. And I would say I'd recommend it again. It's a fun place, and everyone was super nice.
That's good.
I went to bed kind of early because I had to get up super early the next day to fly out. And no competition for showers or in the bathroom. And every door, especially in the women's areas, had like a key card. You had to use a key card to get in. The only bad thing about that is one drunk girl forgot that when she went to the bathroom, and she realized it, and then she had to knock on the door in the middle of the night to get let in to get her card. So that was a pain in the ass. But that's hostel life for you, It's you're giving up a little bit of the beautiful, quiet, undisturbed sleep for the fun and adventure of young new people everywhere. Woo! And I was like, I'm so old. But I slept really good. The sheets were good. Sometimes you get these horror stories where you're thinking bugs and gross. And I didn't have room in my bag because I just packed my little backpack.
Right.
And it only had enough room for my dress and like my night clothes and like what I was wearing on the plane to get there and to
Which
get back.
your dress was pretty awesome.
Thank you. Yours was too. I feel like we should flash this picture up because we look gorgeous, man. Like I loved it.
Oh my God, between all of the salt from eating out
Oh,
and then the altitude, I looked like a stuffed sausage.
you did
A,
not, and I
a
will
poorly,
say
poorly stuffed sausage.
I got really
That
bloated.
definitely was not how I wanted to look in that dress.
You look cute though, and your shoulders are amazing. You like had beautiful, beautiful skin, and it was a beautiful dress. And I gotta say, my feet were sexy. My feet were all puffed up from
I
the
could
altitude.
barely get mine in my shoes.
Oh, I towards the end of the night, I just kept taking my shoes off, going, I can't, I can't. Oh, and I was gonna say, Mark, at the Aloft Hotel that we stayed in that I stayed in the first night, they did have Bliss Spa products, and I snagged a little lotion because those things are awesome.
We grabbed a handful of them
They smell so good.
from
Oh
the
my
front
god,
desk.
I was like smelling them, like, and that soap, that blue soap, it looks so weird, but it smelled amazing. So yes, totally Aloft. If Aloft, Aloft, Aloft,
Aloft, I think. I think they say it aloft. I say
Aloft.
aloft, but it's
It
aloft.
sounds weird when I say aloft, but I'm like, it's sort of like a hole, aloft, aloft. Yes, it is wonderful Bliss products, and they smell amazing. Um, at the Hostel Fish, it's no frills, so you get the soap that's in the wall. Like the generic squirt squirt, and then paper towels. So if you want more than that, you're gonna have to bring your own towel. I think you can. They check out so many things to you at a hostel. You can get towels, you can get locks for the lockers. I mean, some stuff's extra. For $5 extra, you can get a late checkout at a hostel. I did not know that. So I mean, like everything costs money, but not as much
Right.
at a fancy hotel. So
It's kind of like Spirit Airlines.
yes, which
Which, holy
um,
cow, that's been a mess this
I
past.
I dodged a bullet because when I bought my tickets to Denver, I got a good deal on Sun Country, and
Yeah,
I actually was planning on doing Spirit, but if I
because it's Spirit from Minneapolis, Spirit,
right
Sun Country, and Frontier. Like those are your cheap airlines that fly in that you can regularly get like an $80 round trip.
exactly, and the last time I went to Denver, we were on Frontier, and that was so cheap
Yep.
and nice, but
Yeah.
if I had done Spirit, they had canceled almost all the flights that day, and I would have been screwed. So I'm really glad I
They
didn't.
canceled thousands of flights for several days. And so I am headed to California this weekend for
Right.
Region 4 training in Long Beach, California. And guess what airline I'm on?
Are you on Spirit?
Pray for me. Pray for me that I make it.
Oh, I hope you make it. Oh man, or yeah, it's going to be rough because lately all the airlines are getting worse and worse because once one starts doing that,
It
they all kind
cascades.
of it cascades because then everybody's trying to get on the other flights and they get overbooked and then things go wrong, they get late. Yeah.
Yeah. So I head there
Hopefully
on Friday, which I'm really
hopefully.
excited about. Uh, so Region 4 is California. It's a
Right.
state and it's a region.
Oh, it's all a
Um,
region by itself then.
it is. It is.
Wow.
California stands alone. Uh,
Yeah.
so pretty excited. It looks like we have 50 some people registered. We'll see how many attend. You usually have some drop off, especially, I mean, people are still a little iffy on their travel and all that kind of stuff. So they make the last minute decision on whether to go or not. But we are seeing only about a 20% drop off in registration versus who shows up, which is actually really good for this
Yes.
year. So we have a good venue, and it's in Long Beach,
Oh,
California.
you
I mean,
lucky.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's not a bad location.
That's not so bad at all.
No. Yes, I'm bringing my swimsuit. So I'll get there Friday, and I'll have a few hours before I need to do some things in the evening to prepare for the training. So I'm like, I am going on that beach. Like, I am going to go to the beach. Is James Ogle teaching? Holy. Um,
No.
no, although we do have a really good training corps that are going
Good.
to California, and so myself,
Yes. Would you agree with
Michelle
that?
McCutcheon,
Oh, I love
who
Michelle.
is amazing,
She's super duper amazing. You
and
both are rock stars.
in her classes constantly get commented on as like really really good classes. Like people, her her campaign outreach class gets favorited every time.
Oh, that's
Um,
wonderful.
yeah, uh, we have Kevin Gowan, who is coming from Pennsylvania.
He's so cool. He was on our show.
Exactly. Yeah, he's been on a couple of times because he's a
Yeah,
freaking rock star.
super duper.
And so he's the executive director in Pennsylvania, and what Pennsylvania has been doing is amazing. And he's showing people how to replicate that. Like, how do you
Wow.
replicate that in your county or your state level? We also have Tara DeSisto, who is the
Yes.
development director for the LP, and people have been really, really pleased with the training that she has given and the openness that she has on that. We have Apollo Pizzell, who is my
Oh, cool.
counterpart in the LP. And so he's going to be doing some campaign training as well. Um,
Wow, big group.
think that's it. God, I hope I'm not missing anyone. I hope I list everyone off. But yeah, David Valenti, he was at one training. Yeah, the training was amazing. And we
Amazing.
are continuing to get really really high marks. So I think we had 50 some people certified in Virginia Beach. We've had 20 some at the previous training. So I mean, we're getting a lot of activists who now are certified. Like, they have that baseline of knowledge, and that certification also makes them eligible at the LP National Convention to take higher level classes. Like, they
Oh,
got that certification on the fundamentals. Now they can take the higher level classes. So that's pretty exciting.
that's right.
But yes, I am eating seafood on the beach. Like, that has to happen.
You have to.
I've got like some hours carved out. I'm like, I can get there if I wear my swimsuit on the plane. I can.
You need to fucking do it because that is
Right.
going to be amazing. And then you can look at the
Yes.
water while you're eating
Yeah.
and doing wonderful things, and you're just like,
Yes.
all the stress will leave. It's wonderful.
It'll be wonderful. And I'm really looking forward to that. So
I love that too. Oh, that sounds perfect.
yeah,
You deserve it too. You've been working really hard. This has been an amazing, exciting year, but it's a lot of work too.
it is.
So I know. Well, I say that, Kara's like, yes.
I will drink to that.
Dumb. Yes, I know. But I think at least if you're going someplace like Long Beach, you can enjoy that
Yeah.
time, your free time
So
too.
hopefully, Spirit doesn't cancel
Spirit
my
time.
flight.
Oh, I'll pray for you. That would be really nice for you to get there to that one. Oh, but like that's the thing is I look at comments after you guys get done and everybody has such nice things to say. And I'm just so proud of you and all the work you all do. And you're making people's lives better. You're making it so these candidates can go out and they'll know what the heck to do. And we're gonna get so many more people elected because of this.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
guys are amazing. I really appreciate that.
Well, we have a good group, and also we have a lot of people who are willing to give up an entire weekend to come
Yeah.
for this training. And it's a pretty intensive training. By the end of it, everyone starts it pretty bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and
And they're like,
by Sunday afternoon, they're like, Oh my God.
What have I done to myself?
I have drank from a fire hose.
Oh man, I love that movie. UHF. Oh, you want a drink from the fire hose? And there's Carol holding the fire hose at somebody, and they're like, hit me! And they go flying.
Yes. Exactly what it's like.
It's exactly what it's like. I love that. So that sounds kind of amazing. And then you have 2 more after this, or 3 more after this? 2, I'm thinking, after this weekend.
We have Des Moines.
Oh yeah, that's Iowa's comp.
Shreveport, and Atlantic City.
Oh,
And Michelle has joined us.
we were just saying
Yay.
nice things about you. We love you.
Yes, she's up past her bedtime. She must be training, like trying to stay up late to train for California.
Oh, I know. Just like I trained to have drinks at like events.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm
So
practicing.
Heather's been pretty dry for a while,
Yeah.
but now we have Dragon Con coming up.
Yes, we have to practice drinking because if not, if I get there and I haven't had a drink for 4 months, I would implode in a train wreck.
Yes.
Likely story. Oh, she said 4 more after California. So did we say 3 or 4? So this weekend's California. Oh wait, 4. Okay, California. And you said, oh God, let me see.
No, we have
You're such a busy bunch of ladies.
Yes, there is definitely very, very, very busy on this. So we have, Indiana. Shit,
Indiana.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Indiana.
No, I thought that already happened.
Indiana's in October, which is why I'm not even.
Don't think about it
yet. October is 5 years from now. So we have Des Moines, which is September 18th and 19th. We have Shreveport, which is September 25th and 26th. And then Newark and Indiana, then we sit in October. So yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So those are our 4 that we have left. They're starting to blur a little bit.
I'm thinking so. You've had the most busy year ever for like, you're going everywhere. I'm like, I don't even know if you're coming or going. Like, are you back now? Are you on your way? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, and my husband has given up on knowing if I'm going to be home on a weekend or not.
It's understandable.
He's just like,
my husband's like, is Kara gone this weekend? I'm like, yes. And he goes, where is she? I have no idea. Like we talk about it every week, and I'm like, wait, is this a California weekend or is it the one after that? All I know is I get 2 weekends. It's like visitation, like my visitation right.
Yeah, David, yes.
What's this? Tyler needs to give y'all a week after. Oh God, yes, you need a vacation after this is done. All of y'all.
All y'all need a week
blur.
Off. Yeah.
Oh my God, though, it's amazing what you've done, and you'll need like some time to process it. I think it's only fair that they would give you like a maybe a paid trip to a spa where you can
I want a week home with my cat and my husband.
And so like Mabel can snuggle you and maybe scratch you a little bit because she's pissed about.
Well, and
did you get a love bite?
Okay, do you see those?
Yeah, there's a little mark or something. Did she bite you?
Because she's biting me.
She's pissed at you.
She's pretty angry. So I'm trying to sleep and she's like nipping me hard. Yeah, I know. So yeah, she's a little angry.
I think she is.
And I have given her tuna, which she ate and then puked up on my keyboard. And I've even gone out and gotten her, she loves McDonald's cheeseburgers. Like I get McDonald's cheeseburgers without the bun and I give them to her and she's crazy for them.
Not even that's going to do.
And she's like, I want more.
Not good enough. Oh my God.
And David is certifiable.
Oh,
Yes.
and Michelle said, how many are certified people are we up to besides David?
So we are we're knocking on 100.
Ooh, that's a good one. Very
It is
nice.
good. Yeah. So
I
yeah,
love that.
it is pretty good. So I and I'm sorry folks. I am struggling tonight.
It it's okay. Like, dude, I feel like you've been going everywhere. I mean, like I think about like how well would I be doing if I was always on the road, you know? I'm not good at that.
I mean, the schedule is tough, but also just like I am just burnt out on mean, crazy people. Like I am
This whole
just
year, this whole like and it's gotten like to a point where like even today I was just getting mad. Everybody is so mean to each other and you know what? It's not
mean
one
and
side.
crazy. Like
It's
mean
not
and
it's
crazy.
not just one side of the issue. I'm not saying
No,
like
just
it's
mean and
vax
crazy.
or anti-vax,
Oh,
but whatever the issue is,
and
it doesn't matter.
it's not even vax or anti-vax. It is um do you own your body or do you not own your body?
Yeah.
Like that's the divide. That's the
And
true
people
divide.
are angry about it. And if you even slightly disagree, you might even say you agree, but the way you agree is slightly different, then you are a evil asshole who deserves to die. And I'm like, but we agree. Like, not in the right way.
And I mean,
Blah.
like I was just watching someone who refers to himself as a libertarian.
Yeah.
Um just being an undescribable dick about healthcare workers that don't want to be mandated.
Yeah.
They may even agree that the vaccine is like an awesome thing. They just don't want it to be mandated because they do believe that number one, they own their own body. But number two, they have worked some absolutely horrific hours the past year and a half.
Conditioning. Yes.
And they didn't have protective gear and they
No.
still had to do their jobs. Um, they were doing this back when we thought the fatality rate was going to be 5%.
Yeah.
They were watching because they didn't even have protective gear. They were getting viral loads that were just insane and it was overwhelming. And so they were having a higher percentage of healthcare workers die who were infected than the
Right.
general public, just because it was such an overwhelming viral load that they were dealing with. And they still went to work every day and they got sick and they dealt with the consequences of that. And they went to work even though they were still, they weren't infectious, but they were still very ill, right?
Right.
Dealing with the effects of it. And still working these horrendous hours, holding people's hands who are dying, you know, the level of PTSD that our healthcare workers have is insane. And I'm watching this asshat who is able to just stay safe at home, um, rag on these healthcare workers and call them selfish and stupid and all that kind of stuff. And I'm watching a couple other libertarians, people who identify as libertarians, although I've been informed some of their memberships have lapsed. So,
Yeah. Maybe not.
um, and watching them just rip them apart.
I'm
I,
just so tired of that lack of empathy.
yeah,
And
complete lack of empathy.
and that's
None.
the thing. I mean,
Zero.
I think it's okay to have differing opinions. And
Absolutely.
like you how you handle yourself is how you handle yourself is what I believe.
Yep.
I'm not going to be like a dick about it. Um
Right.
but I also don't want people to be a dick to me and like how I want to take care of myself, you know? I've had
Right.
people get mad at me because I'm like, I like colloidal silver for like colds and stuff. And I had people tell me
I
I'm
remember that.
a
You were
crazy,
a murderer.
simple, wearing, like insane person. And I'm just like, maybe just keep that to yourself.
That
So
one got so crazy. I remember you had to delete the whole thing.
I just deleted it because I'm like, and I still to this day, I'm like, I think colloidal silver is a great thing to use and to incorporate into your healthcare regime. Yeah, regime sounds like it lately, but not that. Anyway, I just, I can't even deal with people being so mean and
Right.
to each
Well,
other.
and it's just have a little respect. I mean, just
We all believe things for different reasons, and you
have
know
a
what?
little respect for one another.
And you know what? They may be wrong. I may be wrong. That's okay. That's part of being human. You're not going to know everything, and
Now,
it
Heather,
changes.
don't show some humility and basic decency.
Oh, geez.
That's
I
no
know.
longer allowed.
Well, because that just shows weakness, and
Right.
we can't be that. We have to be right. So yeah, that's that whole thing. Is I just wish people would be, I don't know, nicer about it. If you're going to disagree, try not to make it World War III every time. Everything
Right.
like
Right.
who likes bologna? You're a monster. I'm like, but bologna can be delicious. No, it's not. It's
No.
horrible. Like that. Like, or peanut butter. Well, peanuts are toxins. And I've had that conversation with somebody, but I kind of like peanut butter. It's like, doesn't matter. It's really bad for you. And they put sugar in it. I'm like, I love sugar. I'm like, sugar's bad for you. I'm like, oh
Well,
God.
one of the challenges that we face is that being as mean as possible gets rewarded.
It does.
And so it gets rewarded every presidential cycle,
Oh, yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so
Because the biggest asshat wins.
yeah, and people battling it out, like the meaner they are, the better, right?
Right.
And so people get rewarded for that. And so then that carried over into this very stressful situation, which we had in the past year and a half. And it put it on steroids because you had people who, whatever their view was, they would make physical threats, right? Threats of violence,
Yeah.
like just being absolutely awful, right? Baloney. Yep. That's it. I'm out of here.
Canceled.
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 But people are rewarded for that. And people are like, that's such a brave stance. No, it's not a brave stance. It's awful. Like you're
No.
just being an awful human being. But it is being rewarded. And so we have trained people over this past year and a half, like just consistently to look for that dopamine hit, right?
Oh,
yeah, exactly. And they get rewarded and they get that little dopamine hit of, oh, everyone liked my comment, man. They
I
cheered
felt
me
so
on.
smart.
Yeah. And it's just awful. And I think, God, we should be looking at having because we're trying to have a lot of difficult conversations, very emotional conversations and very difficult conversations. And we don't learn how to have them. We don't learn how to have them at home because, at home, a lot of it is, don't make waves, don't mention religion, politics, and someone's age or weight, and you don't learn to have them at school. You don't learn to have them at work. What you learn is you swing back and forth between avoidance and then just being awful.
Outrage.
Yeah. And
And
I wish that we were teaching kids how to have difficult conversations. Like how do you have a difficult conversation and doing it at age appropriate levels, right? And then having that continue through your life of how do you do that? Like how do you have a productive, difficult, emotion laden conversation?
yeah. Well, and I mean, I think we're also in this world where everything's online, and the things that you say to people online aren't really what you would normally say to someone face to face. Like, you would be like,
No.
yeah, that person could punch me if I said that. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Um, Maybe you should think about that. Like, if that person were in the room with you, would you still say this the way that you're saying it?
And
Like,
I'll tell you that, so when people say things to me online and they are intentionally cruel or mean,
oh yeah,
when I see them in person,
I
I
remember that.
have the discussion with them.
Yeah, it's like, remember when you said this thing to
And,
me? We're going to talk about it now.
and let me tell you,
What?
they almost always want to crawl away.
Yeah, because they know
But
what
I
you
think
did
it's
was wrong.
important. I think it's important, though, that that's addressed.
What I also know about you is you are really good at, you can agree to disagree with people, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
you also want it to be respectful. And I think that
Yes.
is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Do you
Just
think?
a level of respect, right? You know,
Absolutely.
and if we approach these difficult conversations and we approached them from, I mean, to be curious, right? Instead of approaching them to win or to just hammer the other person, approaching them from curiosity and, asking questions of, um, can you tell me more about that? Or
Yeah.
what does X look like to you? Because, a lot of times where we get in trouble is we're both using the same term, but we have very different meanings
Different.
for it. Like when someone says respectful,
Right.
what does that mean to you? Like, can you give me an example of someone having a respectful exchange? And can you give me an example of someone having a disrespectful exchange? Because
Yeah.
people view that word very differently.
Some people think it's actually listening, and you may disagree, but you won't call each other names. Other
Hmm.
people think you have to agree with them for it to be
Right.
respectful, and that's not what I think respectful is.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Um, so I don't know. I just wish we could approach things
I think we're
differently.
not over this yet, though. I don't think
No,
people
we're
are
not.
going
I
to
mean,
let it
it's
go.
ramping up, and you can just feel like all of these government actions and all of these business actions that are taking place right now that are doing mandates, right? Because
Yeah.
you have businesses doing mandates and you have governments doing mandates,
Yep.
and it's ratcheting up the stress and it's causing more people to fight. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
what it's doing. Because anytime you introduce violence or coercion into a situation, you've taken a situation and you've now made it worse.
Yeah. That's
You
what's
have not
happening.
de-escalated it at all.
You made it
Yeah,
up to
you
the
have
top.
ramped it up. And so that's what we're seeing. And so again, people are just going absolutely crazy, like angry crazy. And it's because businesses and because government are introducing violence and coercion.
Yep. You're
So what
absolutely
do you
right.
think happens when you do that?
People push back. They also
So
get angry and sad, and who do you freak out on? You can't really do anything to the government. You can't
no.
really do anything to big business. I mean, you can bitch about it, but you can't really hurt them unless you get everyone you know to hurt them. And
Well,
that's
here's the thing though. There's a power shift. And I
there
don't
it
think
is.
people have realized that there's a power shift. So in businesses are having a very tough time retaining employees and finding new employees. So if they have good employees,
Hold on.
they want to keep them because churn always costs, and companies are poaching each other's employees and they're poaching them across the country. Like this
Yeah.
is not a local thing anymore. There are companies that are advertising, such as, so I'm seeing in states where they are not going to do a vaccine mandate, they are not only going to hire healthcare workers, they're going to pay their moving expenses.
Oh my God.
Right. And
That's
this
majorly
is
taken.
happening at a time when there is a shortage across the country of healthcare workers. And this is happening in multiple career fields. So if employees talked to one another and said, we're not going to accept this, we're going to band together, you don't have to have every employee. You
Yeah.
just have to have a large enough percentage that it would fuck them over if
Yeah.
they lost these people. And
Yeah.
this is one of the few times in our history where the power is actually shifted to employees.
Especially in medical and service industry, big time.
Yeah,
More
a
than
lot in
ever.
a lot of industries. I mean, like there's so if you look at like different industries where there's a shortage, that's where that power differential is. Similar to how consumers are. Consumers can be really big advocates and allies for bodily autonomy, for
Yeah.
consent,
Yeah.
for believing that medical decisions should be between a person and their doctor and supporting that. So, I mean, what does it look like to be a good ally? What it looks like to be a good ally is if a business decides that they want to have a mandate either for their employees, yeah, right, I know, either for their employees or for their consumers, then contact that business and tell them, I've been a longtime customer
Yeah.
and I will not be a customer. I will not go to your event. I will not go to your fair. I will not go to your whatever until you change this policy. And then you
I
need to
like
do it.
that.
And that's how you're a good ally, right? That's
Yeah.
how you're a good ally to say, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to show a vaccine passport. I'm not going to do those kinds of things. That's not what we're going to do because people own their bodies.
Yeah.
Government doesn't own their body. And you know what? Corporations don't own their bodies either.
No.
And what makes libertarians different from Republicans and Democrats, Democrats believe that the government owns your body. And
Yep.
Republicans are okay with corporations owning your body.
Yes.
And libertarians say, you own your body.
See, that was on my page today. I was just like, oh, people get so confused about what
They
we
do.
believe. And
They
that
do.
I totally think that you should have your own rights. And
Yes.
it doesn't mean I'm anti-vaccination. It doesn't mean I'm pro-vaccination. It just means I want to have the right to decide. That's it.
Exactly. Because it has nothing to do with vaccination. I mean,
No,
that's the thing. It has nothing to do with vaccination.
that's
Nothing.
I mean, okay. Ultimately, this is very controversial. I can already tell, but it comes down to this has been very politicized,
Yeah.
and it if they actually cared about what the real things are, how to protect us, why aren't they working more with medical industry? Why are they letting political people tell us what to do?
Exactly.
So, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Because
I know.
Jesus,
I know.
I feel like it's gonna bite me in the butt no matter what. But yeah, I feel like we're in this world right now where are things that we have said, are they going to come back and haunt us? Are we going to be rounded up because we said, hey, why not like let people have a choice? And they'll go, remember when they said let them have a choice, we'll get them. So if not, I'll save you a seat on the on the wherever they're going to shoot us off to the moon
Well,
or something.
you and I will be locked in our homes because our social scores won't be high enough to be able to leave our homes.
That's such a good idea for a book story. Have you ever seen Black Mirror? There's one like that where she would get discounts and stuff because people would like her. Like she like
Yes.
give you good transaction, and then she screwed up and started bottoming out, and then she like couldn't get like I don't know, in a good restaurant, so everything like went downhill, and she got arrested and everything, and it's just like it could totally happen. We're in that sort of world where Black Mirror is
Yeah.
totally happening.
So there are employers in our state right now that, you know how you have to wear like a little lanyard, right?
Oh,
Security
yeah.
lanyard. So they're putting a color coded tag on there.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not shitting you. not only does that color-coded tag say your vaccination status, but it allows you certain privileges or restrictions
Oh my God.
within that business.
Oh, like, it sounds just like Nazi Germany. I'm sorry. You get your pink stars and stuff.
Yes, but you know what, Heather? If you say that
Then you're
on,
bad.
yeah, you're a bad person. And if you said that in the Dragon Con group, you would be banned. And
I
I'm not kidding you. They
know.
just
No,
put that
no.
down today.
You can't even talk about fascism or anything. So I'm just saying it kind of sounds like that. Doesn't
Yes,
mean
the
that
Orville majority rule, that
majority
episode.
rule. Oh, hey, Orville's coming back. They're like they've been shooting, so it should be coming back, I think, by November. I love that show, by the way.
I do
They
too.
actually have
It's the
wonderful
most Star Trek of the later
non-Star
Star
Trek.
Trek stuff. Yeah.
I know, I love it too, and it's funny, but not in a like super silly way. The stories are actually really, really good. So if you guys haven't seen it and you're open to sci-fi, heck yeah, it's on Hulu. So good, so good. So anyway, I'm gonna backpedal because I don't want to like get like I don't know canceled or something. But hey, I have some
Just a,
just I have just the tip if we want to hear it. Just the tip. Just the tip for us. Dun, dun. I'm going to have to find the, or there we go. Just the tip. Just the tip. Promise. Okay. So I was having beautiful hair in Colorado because there's like no humidity there and I love it. And I had the most smooth hair ever. It was
I was
beautiful. And
having the worst hair.
well, I have giant,
Why?
like lady fro hair. And, if I get any humidity, it poofs up. So what I do, I'm gonna give tips to girls that have frizzy hair like mine. Is I don't hardly ever use a hair dryer just because even though it's a pain in the ass because my hair takes forever to dry because it's giant strands that are about this big. I use a lot of like leave-in conditioner stuff, and I found two that I really like lately. So I'm going to tell you about it. There is one that I got at Walmart because it is a dupe to what it's called. It's a 10 Miracle is like a fancier brand version of this, but this is a generic one, and this is called Complete 10. It's that if I hold it up, it's shiny. Equate Complete 10. It's a leave-in conditioner. So instead of drying my hair, I spray this stuff on. And I also found this one in the children's section. It smells like so awesome. It smells like what do you call those orange vanilla ice cream? You know what I mean?
Oh, dreamsicles.
Dreamsicles. It smells just like a dreamsicle. It's the Honest Company, and I found it in the little kids section. Oh my god, it smells so good. I put this stuff all over my hair all the time. And then I brush it through. And then I have one of those microfiber towels and I wrap my head in it. And even though, like it has leave-in conditioner on it, it dries my hair really pretty quick. And then it stays nice and smooth. It feels silky. It's good. I can do sex hair. So, like this combination is awesome. Not saying I never get frizzy hair, but it really helps. And this stuff, the real stuff that it's a 10 Miracle costs about $18, and this is about $9.99. So that's cheaper. This stuff, the Dreamsicle shit by the Honest Company, if I can make this work, I don't know. This stuff is $6 for a bottle. It's super cheap, and it smells like
That is cheap.
liquid crack. Is so good. So no matter what, I'm going to keep using this because I just love the way it smells. And it's for, it's in the little kids section at the store. And I was just like, it's naturally derived ingredients and it feels good and it smells amazing. So if you're looking for stuff, that's what I would do. Just a tip. Just a tip. Yeah. So
when we started tonight's broadcast, Heather and I were chatting before because I was having a hard time. Like I would put in Sweet Subversives in the, search function in Facebook because I was trying to pull up and then I could post it to my personal wall. And I couldn't find it. And it was saying there's no search results.
oh, yeah.
So I posted on my Facebook page to ask people to check it out and
Yeah,
see if
what did
they
they
could do
say?
that.
Is it 50-50?
If you want, I can share the results.
Yes. Go ahead. I will like pop it up when you get it.
Okay, I got it. So some people could see it. Let me know when it's up, Heather.
It's up.
Okay, so some people could see it, but as you can see,
Travis can't see it.
people are posting that nothing comes up.
Freaking
And so people are
A!
laughing and they're like, yep, shadow ban.
Shadow
You've been shadow banned.
banned. Okay,
Which,
so what does
people
shadow
are saying
banned mean?
same black screen.
We're shadow banned. Or does that mean we're so awesome that we're actually subversive that they like ban us?
I don't know.
But I thought
But
our
I mean, you can
sweetness.
see that like so many people are coming up and they're finding nothing. So they're going into the, search bar,
Yeah.
typing in Sweet Subversives, and nope.
Man, people aren't seeing it. What a bunch of shit. What a bunch of crap.
But it may be not just us, it may be everything. I'm not sure. But a lot of people are like, yeah, that's shadow banned. You are shadow banned.
So, like,
I mean, look at all of these. Like, so
there's.
all these people
Why?
are searching, put in the whole name. Yep.
I was wondering the other day, like normally I have like certain viewers for my other show, Liberty Librarian, and I didn't have anybody, like even my regular ones who are diehard, and I'm just like, why is that? And I'm like, is it because I was shadow banned too? How do you know? I wish they would send you a message so that way you like don't get your hopes up. I'm shadow banned.
But yeah.
So
So
yeah, that sucks, dude. We're shadow banned.
and it could be. And that's the other thing. Someone says I'm thinking update more than shadow ban. And that absolutely,
It could be. Okay.
yeah.
Thank you for
That
making me feel
absolutely.
better. Because part of me was like, does that mean we're cool or does it mean we're not cool if we get shadow banned? We're so cool. I'm going to go with shadow ban then. Like, we're subversive, so it happens. Just saying, you might have heard of us. We've been shadow banned. Oh God, it's bad.
So we're getting towards the end.
Oh, we
So
are.
I do want people to, as we do each week, if you have something that was really awesome this week that happened, please share it because I would like some good news. So put your comment down on something awesome that happened. Let us know. It could be something small, it could be something big, whatever.
Anything. We
And
love
then,
to celebrate.
yeah, and we can absolutely share with you what was awesome our week.
I have one. Oh yeah. Like I was trying to remember when I was last on. I was featured in a magazine article. Oh my god.
Yes, you were.
I was. They had a local Mankato magazine is the name of it, and I posted it on my wall. If you're really interested, you can go look. But it's they had two librarians, myself and another one from the university, and they featured us and asked like, "What's it like coming back from COVID, and how are things going?"
Yeah.
And that, and I'm like, "Awesome!" And it'll be so great if we get to see our students again. And I got my picture taken by a professional photographer. So I was super excited, and it was really weird. I was sitting in my library and modeling, as one does. It gave me Dragon Con flashbacks, but so much fun. And I'm a little bit of an attention whore, so I loved it, and it was awesome. But yes, that was my good thing.
Awesome. Can I screen share again so I can show my awesome
Yes,
thing?
go ahead. I'll pop it up when you click it.
Okay. All right.
There we
So
go.
if you can see,
Yay!
this is me dancing with my son at at the wedding. And my sister was so kind, and she wrote on there, this dance was something none of us knew we would ever that would ever be able to happen. And my sister fought hard to dance with her son at his wedding, and it's the thing she wanted most. Not going to let cancer take this from her victory. I felt every second of this dance deep in my soul. It was a moment I never thought I would have.
I'm so
And
glad you got it.
to have that was just I I can't even describe what that was like. You know, to think that and he's got a wonderful, wonderful wife, and we were very happy to have her in our family. Um, and there's always this balancing act, like, and I know that some people rush their wedding when they think a family members is going to die or that kind of stuff. And I can understand that. I absolutely do. But that's never anything I wanted for my son, because I know that's a really good way to get divorced, like a really
Yeah.
good way.
You're doing it for other
And
people.
yeah. And so I wanted everything good for him, right? Everything
Yeah,
good. Like
as you
in
do.
its own time.
Yeah.
Um And so I had kind of just resigned myself that I was never going to see my kid get married.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you
And
got to see it the
it
right way.
happened in the right time. It was the
Yeah.
right time. It was on their timeline.
And you got to stick around because I want to see all these other kind of milestones and get to hang
Yeah,
out with
because
you.
let me tell you, they were like, even at the groom's dinner, so they're like not even married yet, and everyone's already like, so when's a baby happening?
You're going to start tonight making that baby? Go to it.
I did give him a baby making quilt. I'm just saying.
That's true. I'm just going
I
to say that's
I
like,
did quilting of water lilies all over this quilt. So if you
I
can't
like
make
that
a
you
baby with
didn't,
that quilt,
when you gave it to them, you didn't say that though. And I'm kind of glad you didn't because that might have been a little bit of pressure. That was awesome though. Oh, they're and this is just like me. I feel like I'm a pseudo auntie, but they're gonna have the cutest babies. Oh my god, so cute. Oh, I'm really glad. That's wonderful. And you
yeah. So
deserve.
it was pretty awesome.
That was wonderful. Did you Scotch guard it? I don't think she did. I thought about it too. It's white, so there you go.
It's washable.
It is washable though, but still, it's not impervious to stains. But they can wash it, and it's so
Exactly.
beautiful. Kara, you put a lot of your heart and your time into that, and I was so thrilled to get to see it in
Did a
person.
little embroidery.
I love the name that was stitched. The name stitched on it too. That was really very beautiful and personal.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Did their names and their wedding date and all that kind of stuff. And
That's
yeah.
so cool. You rock. I love that. I don't see anybody putting really good news on here. Did you? Any of you have good news?
Well, here's the thing. So I'm seeing new comments, like the little square that says that people are doing new comments, but
I don't see any popping up. Is it? And I see a lot of Facebook. That doesn't mean the YouTube's working though, because I have hardly seen anything with YouTube. So
I
who
don't know.
knows? Who knows? So hopefully y'all are having a great week. And like if you do have good news, just here. I'm back on StreamYard. Yay, Travis. I know sometimes it's a pain once you can't get on there. Oh, and they changed a bunch of stuff. We have to play around. We have this new feature, Kara, where we can download something and then upload it to play at a different time. We might have to do that at DragonCon.
Yes.
Because then we can do our own show stuff and then we can go run around. But it'll be live, but it won't be live. I kind of like doing the live stuff like this.
It'll be
So
pseudo live.
Pseudo live. But it could come in handy if we need to on the road. So we had wanted to do that for when Debbie came and we interviewed her about living in her RV, that kind of stuff. So it could come in handy. I'm just saying. So, did you give Heather the link I sent for you?
Didn't. I gotta do that. My apologies.
Okay.
I did not do that.
Oh,
Bad
dang it.
me.
Bad, Kara.
Because it's good. It is
Are,
good.
are you going to send it or are you going to
Yes.
do it for next? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is this just like for Heather only, not for the show? Okay.
No, I think we could do it for good news, but yeah.
Okay, because we're almost out of time, Kara.
I know. We will not do it tonight, but yeah.
Okay. That's what I mean. I'm like, now or later, that kind of thing. But okay, guys, that's about all I have. My brain just stopped. So I love y'all. Boo-boo. Like train wreck. Anyway, have a great week. I love getting to hang out with you, Kara, and getting to hang out with all our friends here. This is the best. So next week we'll be back also to our normal time. So as far as I can tell, I don't think we have anything until like Dragon Con weekend, and then it might get a little iffy. So in costumes, we'll have an upcoming show about that too.
We might have to do costume previews.
I think so. That'll be fun. Everyone loves that. So, including me. So, you guys, I hope you have a great week. We will see you next Wednesday on Hump Day. We love you. Mwah. If I can just hit the right thing. They moved everything on me. There it is.